But I guess what keeps me going, what drives me forward to keep working for animals, is when you look into an animal's eyes and you can see the gratitude, when you can see the way that animal looks back at you, when they look back at you with love and appreciation, you can see the gratitude, you can feel the gratitude in that animal, that makes it all worthwhile. We're a little bit shelter, we're a little bit sanctuary, and we're a whole lot of education. There's a difference between a shelter and a sanctuary. Shelters typically are considered a place for animals to be kept until they can be found a better home. So shelters typically try and focus a lot on adoptions. Sanctuaries, on the other hand, are usually considered a forever home for animals to spend the rest of their lives when they've been rescued or retired. We are called a sanctuary, but we try and adopt out as many adoptable animals as we can. Most sanctuaries don't do that. And that's because I believe that, number one, we're overdogged, but number two, we have a lot of dogs that belong in homes. So many of our dogs do not belong up on the mountain. They're not outdoor dogs. They're not wild two-goes. So I think that's what makes us a bit unique, is the fact that we are a sanctuary, but we do also try and adopt out animals. Everyday challenge. We're overdogged. So we have a facility that was designed for 150 dogs. When I took over PAC, I counted, we actually had 370. So we were at 3 times capacity of what we were supposed to have. So that was making it very difficult to provide the proper enrichment for the dogs, the proper care, because we didn't have a big enough facility and we had not enough staff. So I saw that a lot of the dogs were not neglected, but they weren't getting as much attention as they deserved. How do we lower the number of dogs and increase the enrichment for the dogs, so to increase the quality of their life? And how do we do that without spending more money? That is the really difficult part. When you pack a lot of animals into a small space, there tends to be frustration and conflict among the animals. So we end up with a lot of dog fights, unfortunately. And some of those dog fights have been fatal. So we've actually had to spend a lot of time and energy on medical care, medical attention. Second difficulty we came across was that we have over 400 animals and we had no professional medical care in-house. So that means we were sending dogs every day down to Tianmu for medical care. Now that's a 3-hour round trip drive. Started with PAC last August. We were doing 2 vet runs every day. So we were literally driving down the mountain twice a day with dogs going to the vets. And so we were spending an awful lot of money, an awful lot of time, an awful lot of resources. And I really saw the opportunity to fix that by bringing in our own in-house vet. But first we needed to build a clinic. Right now we have an in-house vet technician from NTU. He has managed to not only raise the bar for medical care at PAC, but he's also enabled us to lower our costs.
它其实对于很多都市里的宠物，就是我们有饲主养的猫啊、狗啊，它们可以获得很多很完善的医疗照顾。但对于这些活在山上啊，然后是收容所里面的流浪猫狗们，它们常常在医疗方面其实也是非常缺乏的。其实像我们现在的狗园是在山上，那而且我们这边是3支区，所以其实3支区里是没有兽医院的。像之前有狗狗是需要急诊，要立刻送医院，因为医院离我们的路途非常的遥远。所以在送医的过程中，其实它在半路上就已经休克了。这些山区上的狗狗是真的是需要我们去做更多事，帮他们可以给他们更好的医疗照顾这样。
gone to great lengths to increase our adoptions. And we actually have an adoptions protocol now that we never had before. So now our adoption rate has actually tripled in the last 6 months. So we're adopting out a lot more dogs. And that helps us because it allows us to spend more time and money on the dogs we have. I mean, honestly, I don't care how nice a sanctuary is. Nothing is as good for a dog as a home with a happy, family that's getting love and attention. The difficulties is educating the public. Why spaying and neutering is important. Why we prefer people to adopt dogs instead of buy from breeders. Because the public in Taiwan, well, in most of the world actually, we're very preoccupied with designer dogs. So most of our dogs are very adoptable, but they're untrained. So they need proper training. They haven't been to, doggy behavior school. So that's one of our challenges now is to properly train dogs to live in homes and then create a halfway home for them. We have a foster home now for our dogs. We have a couple of foster homes actually for our dogs. And what we do is we try and provide them training and enrichments and make them adoptable. And at the same time, we have an education department that educates the public on what it means to adopt a dog and what are the benefits of adopting a dog and why should you adopt a dog instead of buy a dog at a pet shop. All these difficulties and struggles, we just we take them one by one. Strategic alliances, very, very important to me, that we work with other animal organizations. There are I'd say over 50, maybe 60 animal organizations in Taiwan. And, the old saying, no man is an island. We're not an individual. We are part of a big community of animal welfare and animal rights and animal rescue, basically an alliance in Taiwan. So we work with TSPCA, we work with Takasa and Tuapa. We've done some collaborations with the Taiwan Pet Union. And all of this is in an effort to better the animal lives across Taiwan. Not just dogs, not just cats. I'm not afraid to make mistakes, and I've made many. But we have to learn from those mistakes and progress and hopefully move forward. I think failure is actually a good thing. But if you don't fail, then are you actually trying? So I thoroughly encourage my staff to fail and fail harder. If you try something and you fail, then at least you know that you've tried it and it didn't work and you have a better idea for the next time. And I tell my staff sometimes that if you're not failing, then you're not trying hard enough. That's how I evaluate me and my staff. But I guess what keeps me going, what drives me forward to keep working for animals, is when you look into an animal's eyes and you can see the gratitude, when they look back at you with love and appreciation, you can see the gratitude, you can feel the gratitude in that animal, that makes it all worthwhile. When I get emails and postcards and Facebook messages from people all over the world that have said, you changed the way I treat animals, you changed the way I think about animals, that's what keeps me going. Sometimes feel like that battle is so excruciatingly painful, but when you get that 1 or 2 or 3 emails a month that says, hey, I really appreciate what you guys are doing, thank you, and we're going to help too, that makes it worthwhile, and that's what makes me keep going.